It was Mark Antony who said, "If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life." This is the story of Miss Vanetta Williams, a 77-year-old preschool veteran.
I'm 77 years old. I usually come in at times because I retired in 2016. But even then, I'm still around. I'll be here with Nightingale Preschool. At one time, I was with the whole district because I was the district president in 2017, 16, 17. The district, the early childhood education school, preschools.
Mrs. Williams started the Nightingale Preschool in 1979 because of the need for a preschool in the Camden Park area at the time.
Well, I'm not from this area, Camden Park, Lomans. When I came here, I realized there was a need for a preschool. There was a need for children to have some preschool, some formal education. So what I did, I went around. In Camden Park, Lomans, I reached for even to Kittel, and I spoke word of mouth, telling people that, I see the need to have a preschool and I'm going to start a preschool, and told them exactly where. And that was in 1979, and I did it, let me see what month, because I started in September of 79. So I think it was 2 months before that I got around to parents and other people in the area, telling them about the need for a preschool, and I will be starting one.
Mrs. Williams told One News that her love for children and teaching was a driving factor for her starting the school.
I always wanted to teach. I always wanted to teach. That was on my heart. I just had this urge to really, I just love to have children learn. I wanted to see children learn, feel excited about it, and I was committed to it.
She said her journey was filled with both challenges and rewards.
It was just challenging, and yet it was very satisfactory. As I told you, I ask around and tell people about what I want to do. So I was sitting down waiting. I said, "What, Lord, I wonder if any will come." But the first day I actually started, I think about 6 children turn up. And then as the months go by, it just keep increasing. And the challenge was, you're not making any money. With preschool, you're not in it for money. It's not, you can't make money with it. Because when I started, it was just $5 I charged. Okay, $5 per month. And it stayed so for a long while before it go up to 10. And I was told to one Mr. Well, let me call his name. I hope you won't mind. He is a minister. He was on government. He was in the government at that time. Mr. Scott. He got interested as the school progressed and more, and everybody who because children will come as far as from Clay Valley, as far as Rillan, and even a little further field, not much further field, but from Rillan come up Clay Valley, Kittels, Lomans, Camden Park. And he said to me, "You're doing a good job, but you ever check that $5 how it work out? You work it out, it wasn't like if even it was less than 25 cents." He said, "No, you can't be doing that." And then I had to get things for myself. As I said, at that time preschool, in my time, when you started. It wasn't like how it is now. So you more or less get books, exercise books. You teach them to count. You do nursery rhymes with them. Stories especially. You do a lot of stories. You do games. You play with them. So that is what how it was. And a few people give a little help. Then the message got to the relevant authority, I should say, the preschool services people committee. One day I was there, and a lady named Mrs. Oh boy, she's already passed now. She was very vibrant in early childhood ed. She was so into it and so committed and wanted things to go right. And so she came up just where I'm out the gate. She came in and she said, "I heard you have a preschool, a school here. You are supposed to come and register, and you have to do training." So it was 1979 I started, and I think I began to do the training in 80, 81, around 81 or 82, around that time. I did my training, so you get more ideas and how to go about really delivering a good preschool.
In the 1990s, she passed over the school to one of her staff, Mrs. Joanne Primus Comas.
When we leave here, my husband and I, he sold the place. So Joanne and I were trying to get somewhere to host the school, but it was hard, and I thought I get a, how to put it, what the word I want. I said, "John, look, you know what? I am going to, it looks like I'm not getting any place, so I'm going to turn it over. You take over the school." I said, I'll go and get a worker in another preschool, which I did. So I just told Joanne, Miss Comas, I just think. So she did exactly that. She said, "Miss Williams, I got somewhere."
As I saw the need for the community, the continuation of having the community service and giving back to, the foundation, to build a foundation for the children, and taking over from Miss Vinita Williams at the time. I walked with her as a young lady at I was around 17 or 18 when I started with her, and that was in the 80s. And as she was about to leave, she handed over to me everything, she was so gracious and kind, because she saw the vision for the future, but she didn't have a way of continuing at that time. So she just, passed on the vision to me, which I took it wholeheartedly and ran with it, because for my love of children. And that was in 1991 or around there, that she handed over to me. And I went and I got a little downstairs to rent, not very big. And we had about, at that time, 20-something children. But we make it work. The community at that time didn't have many schools, and the parents, it was well needed in the community. So then I continued. I went to that small place, and then I transferred from there. And as we go along through the years, things has changed, and we had growth, and we had different vision. And I walked my way up, and Nightingale is many years later, we're still functioning, and we're touching lives. We're providing jobs, which is very important, and we're molding the young minds. And I'm very pleased and very happy through the years of where we're at.
And she did very well with it. She moved it from where it was to afford a.
Mrs. Primus Comas spoke about the work currently being done.
One thing I would say to parents, if they're looking for a stable, loving environment, clean, affordable, Nightingale is the place to be. If you're looking for a place where you think your children will get the strong foundation, Nightingale is the place to be. If you're looking for a place for safety, Nightingale is the place to be. So any way you're looking to have your child that will give the child the growth for the future, the growth in the mind and body and everything, I think Nightingale is a good starting point, because we keep everything safe. We put safety first, and the place is always clean. Cleanliness is very important. The environment, the healthy environment. We have a feeding program that we don't want parents to send. We always want them to get a hot meal. So I have a program that I have somebody that cooks daily. That's how important it is for me to know that your child is getting a good, nutritious meal daily.
Today, Mrs. Williams assists Nightingale Preschool with training and quality assurance. She said she's proud of her work and the progress of the students over the years.
Well, over the years, as I said, it go from strength to strength, and I am proud in the sense that lots and lots of children who pass through, they had a real good firm foundation, and they move. Not everybody per se, but the majority, they move from strength to strength. Sometimes the parents will meet me up to this morning. A young somebody was telling me the child had gone to university and she in the medical field, and this one tell me this one, and they just excel, and that is my satisfaction. That is my satisfaction.
She also had some advice for persons wanting to enter early childhood education.
You have to make it exciting. You have to be at their level. You have to almost be a preschooler yourself. I will tell them it's a very rewarding. It's very rewarding in one sense. If they're coming to look for money, they're not gonna get it. Well, let me change that, because these days with preschool, some preschools are at 300, well, probably. But you have to have a love for children, and you have to understand that there will be ups and downs. Sometimes you would things will be going smooth and well, and then in another time, with fees and so on, you have a challenge there, because sometimes some parents might not be able to meet it up. When I come, the children, as long as they get to know me, they're happy to see me. I'm happy to be with them. I love to tell stories to them. And when you're telling story to a child, you have to make it exciting. You have to make it dramatic. You have to make it that the child is into the story. And even at times you could call it children love to hear the name. So you put the child's name into the story. So if the child is naughty, you telling the children what will happen when they disobey. And everybody opening their eyes and things. And some children who are shy, you call their names too. Make up stories, and it sort of awake them, it make them feel, they feel something of worth. You understand what I mean? They feel something of worth, they feel good about themselves. That is what you have to do. So at daytime I come in here, I tell stories, I look around, I see where I could give a little advice. And I always, in my years of having people walk with me, I always try to motivate them.
For One News St. Vincent, I am Richardine Williams.